Mr. Indranil Chatterjee, who will be speaking on soy protein-based food opportunities. He'll be there with us today virtually. Welcome, Mr. Indranil Chatterjee. To introduce him, he is a regional product line manager for Protein Solutions IFF Nourish division. He has about 30 years of experience in food industry in South Asia and Asian in developing and building food ingredient business of specialty nature in the region. He has more than 25 years of experience working on soy protein, primarily DuPont. He has excellent ability in building cross-cultural team and working with them and successful in managing large team in the organization. So here we go to hear from Mr. Indranil Chatterjee. Over to you, Mr. Indranil.
So first of all, thank you very much for coming in and USSEC to give an opportunity to talk about soy protein isolate. Although I really do not know the exact composition of the audience, but I kept it very simple, and please feel free to ask any questions at any time, right? So I think I just like to cover some of the things like I represent IFF now because the DuPont soy protein business merged with IFF a year back. So I'm going to talk one or two slides on IFF and a little bit about soy protein fundamentals, functionality, and some of the soy protein isolate based products and some of the new concepts and things like that, right? If you and some of or many of you may know IFF, that IFF used to be primarily a flavor company, but now they have added this ingredient business of DuPont, and the fundamental part of our work is now to nourish people, products, and the planet. And we are applying science and creativity for a better world. So that's what we plan to do in next decade or more than that. If you really look at this new company, which is new IFF, so we would like to partner on innovation and leading portfolio, because we have really large number of portfolios and products, which we are number one or two in the those ingredients. We will work on sustainability, and we have a large global team focused on execution. So we look forward to working with some of you or all of you as the time progresses, right? So just to give you a little bit about the portfolio, because we have a lot of products in place. So I work for this division called Nourish, where flavor, savory solution, the protein solution, emulsifier, food protections, colors, all comes in. And we have perfume and scent, mostly for cosmetics. And then we have health and biosciences, where we have probiotics for infant formula, enzymes, personal care, animal health, and things like that. And we have also pharma excipient business and some of the industrial pharma products in pharma division. So, but I belongs to Nourish, which is primarily focusing on the food industry. Yep. And let me come into the protein solution. So one of the ingredients which we sell is proteins, and we have been in the protein business of innovation, more than 1,000 products developed within half a century, and we have expertise in science and data-driven approach that delivers healthier and tastier results based on best-in-class application, nutrition, and sensory science support. So fundamentally, there are new protein sources, new functionalities in beverage application, and also in extruded products, including bars and snacks, right? And how we execute against the opportunities, basically, we try to understand the consumer understanding, the flavor and the functionality which goes into product, and supply reliability kind of thing. You have seen that in last 1 year, things were very different after the COVID or pandemic, and global production footprint to ensure the product availability. And of course, we are very much focused on quality and consistency. So let me talk to you a little bit about soy protein fundamentals. So if you really look at soy protein, it contains around 36% protein in a soybean, and then it has some mono and oligosaccharides around 15%, and dietary fiber around 15%, 18% oil, and 16% basically moisture and ash. I mean, of course, we fundamentally deal with the protein, but there are other things which comes out of the soybean, primarily from the oil. We get the oil, refined oil, which is used for frying or cooking, and then we get the lecithin or sterols or vitamin E from that. We get dietary fiber, could be in the form of soluble and insoluble, although soya fiber is mostly insoluble. And then we have some carbohydrate part of it, which is sucrose, raffinose, and stachyose, which is fundamentally, if not removed, give this beanie taste to the product. And of course, a protein, which we work and talk to you more about it, right? If you really see how soya protein, different products are there. So if you see the fundamentally, when we take out the oil, whatever is remaining is soya flour, and which is called defatted soya flour. If we take out the oil from it, it contains around 52% protein. And then we take out some of the carbohydrate, as I talked in the previous slide about the carbohydrate which is present. If we take out that, the protein content goes up. So soluble carbohydrates are removed, and the protein content goes up to 65%. And then fundamentally, isolated soya protein is basically no carbohydrate in it. It contains 86 to 90% protein, and the moisture ash is around 14% together. So we mostly work on isolated soya protein, although we make concentrate as well, right? So I think the value proposition of soya protein is very important. So what that soya protein gives you, so that you can use in your products, or you can replace some of the proteins which is fundamentally there in your products, or you want to build something. Basically, it gives you, if you start with nutrition and health, and then it's a high quality plant-based protein, lot of clinical studies, research and health benefits, nutrition science expertise, and things like that. Economics, fundamentally, soya protein is economic advantage over milk and dairy protein at comparable protein quality. At this moment, if you really see some of the high-end dairy proteins, particularly whey protein, caseinates, milk protein isolate, are very high in cost. So this can certainly replace part of those high-end proteins in the formulation and things like that. Of course, the product quality, this is about our company, where we ensure that the consistency and the quality of the product batch after batch are same. We talk a lot about sustainability, demonstrating low carbon footprint, favorable environmental impact, and things like that, which are becoming more and more important as the time passes. And then the functionality and versatility of our soya protein. So we make different proteins for different application and different functionality. And of course, best-in-class support for local applications, sensory, marketing support to make your products successful in the marketplace, right? And now, of course, one of the very important things of the soya protein is, protein quality and proven health benefits. If you really look at the soya protein has a PDCAS of 1, and this is the isolated soya protein, which is equivalent and compared to the milk and egg white, which is supposed to be the best sources of protein. If you see the other plant proteins like rice, wheat, or pea, or oats, they are much lesser in value. So isolated soya protein has a PDCAS of 1 and globally recognized method for determining the protein quality based on amino acid profile and digestibility. And it has a lot of proven health benefits, hundreds of published studies demonstrating the protein quality, and it's very good for child nutrition, supports healthy growth and development, muscle health, support maintenance, gains, and recovery, heart health. It lowers LDL cholesterol. Also, it supports weight management. Satiety give you, if you take beverages containing soy protein, you feel less hungry and things like that, and support fat loss while sparing its muscle. So this is a very fundamental slide about soy protein nutrition, and always remember the pedicast of soy protein is one, right? And again, talking about the benefits of soy protein across lifespan. So if your child or some adult is lactose intolerant or allergic to dairy, soy protein is a great alternate for children as well. And of course, don't want to promote infant formula, but soy-based formulas are there for babies who cannot digest mother's milk or dairy milk based formulas and things like that for essential growth and development. It is very good for for preservation of lean muscle mass and things like that. So used in sports nutrition in combination with soya, whey, and caseinate. Of course, soya protein as a part of calorie control diet can help weight management by helping you feel fuller and longer. And then there is a study which talked about soya protein, whey, and casein help build and maintain muscle mass while providing all the essential amino acids and nutrients. And there is US FDA approval of 25 grams of soy protein per day can reduce LDL cholesterol, which may reduce risk of cardiovascular disease. So fundamentally, soy protein is a high quality, complete protein with health benefits across lifespan. Again, this is the story which just talked about, which is a dairy protein and soy protein in combinations for sports nutrition. Actually, is great. It's a complete protein. Whey protein is fast digesting. Soya is intermediate. Casein is slow, and in combination, they gives prolonged and all help in lean body muscle gain. And whey is high in leucine, while soya is good in high in arginine and glutamine, and also have antioxidant properties. So this is one of the studies which was done in 2009, and many of the companies have launched product based on this. Yeah. So on the application side, you really, the fundamental of soy protein that it's used in beverages. It could be ready to drink beverages or dry blended powder products. It's used in frozen dessert to replace some of the milk protein for ice cream and frozen dessert kind of thing. It's used in bakery and snacks, protein fortification. A lot of attention in last 2-3 years time on meat analog, although it's a niche market, but at this moment, it is showing a lot of trend at this moment. Fundamentally, a lot of our soy protein is used in meat, poultry, and meat or poultry in the formulation. Nutrition bar, infant formula has been used for many years, which is soy-based infant formula, dietary supplement, pet food, and things like that. Right? Fundamentally, if you really look at some of the functionality of soy protein, so it's very important to understand the solubility, dispersibility, emulsification, the viscosity, the flavor binding, particle size, and heat stability to make good quality beverages and things like that through soy protein, right? And the major factors of functionality in aqueous solution, it's very important to make a good beverage, include individual protein characteristic, the pH of the slurry, the presence of divalent ions, dispersibility, hydration, and things like that to make good products. This is just to show that, different kind of soy protein behaves differently. There could be viscosity. You can see 18% protein of two different isolate. You can see the viscosity. One is fluid, the other is like a gel. And these are, like A, B, C, D, E. They're They are different kind of isolates, all designed for different application and give different kind of viscosity and things like that. Similarly, soy protein need to be, we need to understand that at pH between 4 to 4.5, it is the most insoluble. So you need to understand when you are making beverages, what could be the pH of the product. So if you increase the pH of the product more, it becomes more soluble, or you can lower it further. So insoluble is 4.5 or things like that. So just to give you some example about the powder beverages which can be made with, liquid processing or dry blending. Dry blending process, which is basically mixing of couple of ingredients, is inexpensive, simple equipment, requires minimal trained personnel, generally not as high quality product because these are dry blended. If it is spray dried, then the product quality comes up very well. The liquid processing are more expensive, require sophisticated equipment. It could be UHT process or retort kind of thing, require trained personnel. Generally high quality products permits stabilized fat incorporation for fat requirement. So for processing consideration for dry blending.
Hello, Indranil ji,
Yes.
5 minutes.
Hello.
5 minutes.
Okay, I'm just finished.
Yeah.
Finishing.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So desired protein level, you need to. It's very important. Target viscosity, and when you need to understand if the consumers will use spoon or stir or, and then they may use agglomerated products, and whether they are adding some sugar and maltodextrin, which helps in dispersion. So this is very important to understand all this when you design a powder beverage or things like that. And I just wanted to finish by showing you some example. I didn't want to show companies marketed products, but this is like a combination of soya and dairy proteins, which gives a perfect sports nutrition powder beverages. Which is basically milk protein, isolates, and whey protein concentrate. And some of the liquid products, if you really look at, it could be, as I said, could be UHT or retort, and then we need to use some for viscosity, some hydrocolloids or things like that. Sometimes if you don't use the right protein, it can give you a very gritty texture and the mouthfeel. So that is very important. And other things in, ready to drink beverages are dispersion, hydration of ingredient, homogenization, thermal processing, and packaging into finished formats. So things like that. There are some new product ideas like a protein power shot, which is 8 gram protein in 100 ml, pretty high level, and one can use that to something like a shot. And then there are breakfast booster. One can make, again, 5 gram of protein in 100 ml and things like that in a very refreshing flavor. And this is like a chocolate beverage, again, 8 gram protein per 100 ml. So in 200 ml in 16 grams. So we can use different source of protein to make this product very stable and very good. So that's my last slide, and thank you very much. And please connect to me if you need any further, if you have any questions or things like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Indranil. And at the end, we'll take some questions, sir. Thank you for joining, and it was a wonderful session. But we missed your physical presence.
Absolutely. Next time. There is always a next time.
And
thank you.
This time, Pawan Kumar Agrawal, Dr. Joshi, they spoke so high about.
I saw that. Oh,
so
okay.
It was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.